This story was sent to us by Jack from Oregon, USA. He says, although I originally grew up in Texas, I've been a long-haul truck driver based out of Oregon for nearly a decade. Over the years, I've driven through nearly every kind of terrain, from the Rocky Mountains to deep pine forests in the north. But one journey in particular left a mark on my soul. I was on a long route headed toward the northern parts of Montana. Snowfall was intense that time of year. I'd just finished a 14-hour drive through a mountain corridor and needed to rest. I parked my semi off a service road tucked into a snowy forest area. It was one of those pull-off spots you only recognize if you've been on the road long enough, completely isolated. Inside the cabin, I covered the windshield and side windows with blackout thermal covers to trap heat and block the cold. Snow kept falling heavily outside. I turned off the engine, made some instant ramen with hot water, and got ready to nap in the sleeper bunk. The truck was warm. The silence outside, almost unnatural. Suddenly, I heard it. Crunch, crunch. Footsteps in the snow, approaching my truck. If you've been following my old stories, you know I don't scare easily. I've been through all kinds of strange situations, but this was different. Something about those footsteps didn't feel right. I held my breath. The steps came closer, stopping right next to the driver's door. Whoever it was didn't knock, didn't say anything. Just stood there, silently. That was the most terrifying part, the silence. Then they tried the door handle. It rattled slightly. Thank God I always lock both doors when I park. After failing on the driver's side, the footsteps moved to the passenger side. Same thing. Someone trying to open the door from outside. But again, total silence apart from the sound of the lock being jiggled. I thought it might be someone looking for help, but who walks around deep in a snowy forest at midnight with no flashlight and no vehicle nearby? That's when I heard it. More footsteps. 2 others walking up, softly crunching through the snow. I couldn't see them, but I could hear their whispers. One of them sounded like a woman, and the other like a kid. A child? I considered, pulling back the curtain just a bit to peek outside. Maybe they were lost. Maybe they needed help. But when I finally did, I saw no one. Just my own headlights reflecting off the thick snow. The moment I peeked, the whispering stopped, like they knew I was watching. It was dead quiet again. Suddenly I saw 3 blurry figures standing just beyond the headlights. As they began walking closer, something inside me screamed, "Start the engine, now!" I jumped into the driver's seat, started the truck, and that's when I saw them clearly. A man, a woman, and a young boy. But their faces weren't right. Their skin looked decayed, like they'd been in the cold far too long, or worse. Their eyes were sunken and glowing red. The child smiled and waved at me. I hit the gas. The truck wouldn't budge. It was like the wheels were frozen or stuck in a shallow snowbank. They got closer. Now just feet away. Right then, with a loud jolt, the tires gripped, and I tore out of there. But my problems didn't end. A few miles ahead, the truck skidded on black ice and slid off the side of the road, getting stuck again. I radioed my dispatcher. They tracked my GPS and told me the nearest auto shop was 3 miles east. They couldn't get through by phone, so I'd have to walk there myself. I layered up, grabbed a flashlight and the radio, and stepped into the freezing night, the direction I needed to walk in, right back toward where I saw those things. And sure enough, as I walked I saw their footprints in the snow. 3 sets. Still fresh. Heading the same way. Eventually I saw a small house up ahead, old wooden, like something out of a 1920s ghost movie. The footprints went right to the front door. I didn't knock. I peeked through the windows. Nothing inside, except a lit fireplace. The place felt wrong. I snuck in slowly, keeping low and silent. Then, My radio blasted to life. My dispatcher shouted, "Sam, are you at the auto shop yet?" The loud voice echoed through the house, and then a distant growl. Barking. Something was coming. Fast. I ducked into a storage closet just as the front door creaked open. The same figures walked in, the man, woman, and child, with red eyes and frozen corpse-like faces. They sniffed the air, like animals tracking a scent. The boy came right up to the door I was hiding behind. I knew I had seconds. Looking up, I spotted a small ceiling vent with frosted glass. I grabbed a wrench lying nearby and smashed it. Glass rained down. I climbed up, squeezing through just as a massive black dog charged into the house. I ran through the woods, climbing uphill, slipping, heart racing. After about 20 minutes, I reached a side road and radioed my dispatcher. They guided me to a small tire repair shop and lodge operated by an older man and his family. I told them everything. When I described the house, the man's face turned pale. "That house?" he said. "That's the old Howard place. Been abandoned since 1915. A family was murdered there by bootleggers during Prohibition. Locals say their ghosts still appear on snowy nights, asking for help, then vanish. They helped me recover my truck. Before leaving, I took a photo of that house with my old Polaroid camera. But when the picture printed, there were 4 figures in the window, not 3, and the 4th was standing right behind where I had been hiding. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear the one where Sam got trapped for 48 hours in a remote forest, make sure to comment and let us know. Like the video, subscribe for more true trucker horror stories, and stay safe on the roads.